When this year began, we were given the opportunity to write a new chapter in our lives. But the question is, are we truly taking advantage of that opportunity? Have you followed the plans you set out, or have you found yourself defeated by laziness, fatigue, or lack of motivation? It's easy to fall into the trap of procrastination, believing that time is on our side and delaying the necessary actions. However, we can't expect significant changes if we continue with the same habits and behaviors. The transformation you desire will only happen if you decide to act now. If you feel like you're still not living according to what you planned, it's time to do something about it. This video is an invitation for you to challenge yourself over the next 30 days. I will present 7 challenges, and your mission will be to choose one and commit to practicing it starting today, regardless of your current situation. It doesn't matter if you're thriving or facing emotional difficulties, there is always room to evolve. What you need is determination and courage to begin. Imagine how your life could transform by adopting small but consistent changes in your daily habits. This is an invitation for you to take back control of your life in the next 30 days, directing your energy towards real change. The choice is yours. Are you ready to start? Then give this video a like and stay until the end so you don't miss any of these 7 challenges that can transform your life. First challenge: refrain from complaining. This simple act can truly transform your life. Imagine spending the next few days without allowing a single complaint, negative comment, or gossip to leave your mouth. By becoming more conscious of your words and working to transform them, you'll start changing the way you think and, consequently, begin to rewrite your own story. Reflect for a moment. How many times a day do you complain? Maybe it's something seemingly trivial, like the traffic that delays you in the morning, the coworker who won't stop talking and distracts your focus, rising prices that impact your wallet, an uncomfortable headache, or even the weather that disrupts your plans. Individually, these things may seem small, but accumulated, they have the power to sap your spirit. It requires a conscious effort to change this. Decide that for the next 30 days, you won't give in to the inclination to complain or think negatively. It will be a challenge, no doubt, but consider the benefits. Complaining is like nurturing the seeds of what we don't want in our lives. When we complain, we direct our attention to what's wrong. It's like being stuck in quicksand. The more we focus on problems, the more we sink, being dragged down. We give power to the problems, allowing them to grow and multiply. Have you noticed how we start by complaining about something small, and before we realize it, we're complaining about everything? This happens because what we focus on tends to expand. Our thoughts and words shape our reality. As Marcus Aurelius said in his Meditations, "Our life is dyed by the color of our thoughts." Therefore, it's up to us to choose whether we use light or dark colors. That's why it's crucial to watch our words, as they reveal the deepest thoughts we carry within. Often, we don't realize how destructive our thoughts can be instead of constructive. However, our words reveal this. It's essential to maintain control over our minds if we want to progress and live well. How can we tackle this challenge in practice? One way is through conscious vigilance. Choose an object, like a bracelet, a ring, or an elastic band for your wrist. Every time you catch yourself about to complain, criticize, or gossip, change the position of the object. This small physical gesture can be the cue you need to develop a new awareness of your words and thoughts. Throughout these 30 days, you'll notice something surprising. When we stop complaining, we begin to notice the good things around us, the small joys that previously went unnoticed. You'll discover that you have more control over your happiness than you ever imagined. Complaining is like sowing negativity. By choosing not to complain, you start planting seeds of gratitude and positivity. Imagine waking up in the morning and, instead of worrying about the rainy weather, taking the opportunity to enjoy a cozy moment at home, watching a movie you've always wanted to see. Instead of getting irritated with the noisy coworker, put on headphones with relaxing music. When you go shopping, see the high prices as motivation to look for deals or try more economical recipes. Seek to find beauty in each day, even if it brings challenges. On this first day of the challenge, observe yourself closely. Notice how many times you're tempted to complain. It may be surprising to realize how automatic these reactions are, but by accepting this challenge, you'll start breaking that cycle. Every word you speak has power. They shape your reality and directly influence your life experience. So why not choose words that bring light and positivity? When you complain, you use the incredible power of your mind to focus on things you don't want and end up attracting more of them. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Stop complaining. Take on the 30-day no complaint challenge and watch how your life can transform. By controlling your words, you take control of your life, creating a fuller and more fulfilling existence. I want to invite you to commit to this challenge. Subscribe to the channel. Let's transform our lives together one day at a time. And this journey begins now. Second challenge, free yourself from negative thoughts. Imagine for a moment that every morning before leaving the house, you place 2 bags full of rocks in your backpack. At first, the weight might not seem so heavy, but over time, days, weeks, even months, carrying that burden would become unbearable. You would feel exhausted, drained of energy, and each step would turn into a battle. Now think about the negative and disturbing thoughts you carry. They function exactly the same way. These thoughts not only wear down your mind, but they also drain your energy and affect your attitude towards life, creating a vicious cycle of frustration, self-criticism, and loss of confidence, leaving you exhausted and unmotivated. Our second challenge is to break this cycle of mental self-sabotage. You would never carry all that physical weight in your backpack, right? So why continue overloading your mind? Many times, we prioritize material possessions over our mental health. However, it is possible to reverse this situation. We can learn to recognize the value of our minds and the impact it has on our quality of life. We need to learn to face those negative thoughts before they turn into mental monsters. For example, in relationships, when difficulties or unexpected situations arise, instead of solving the problem with a conversation, we end up ruminating thoughts like, "She has lost interest in me," or "He no longer cares about me." These thoughts can become barriers that weaken communication and connection. Imagine you're at work and your boss criticizes a task you completed. Instead of addressing the issue and resolving it, you start thinking, "I never do anything right," or "He'll never recognize my value." These thoughts accumulate, becoming significant obstacles to your performance and well-being. Almost every unpleasant experience we face has the potential to turn into mental monsters if fueled by repetitive negative thoughts. Romantic disappointments, professional failures, the end of a friendship, a mistake made, a missed opportunity, or even harsh words from someone. All of this can become a weight on our minds, preventing us from moving forward in the pursuit of happiness and fulfillment. Constantly reliving our fears and failures is paving the way for self-destruction. In the next 30 days, our challenge is to interrupt this cycle of negative thoughts. First, we need to stop feeding our minds with mental garbage, avoiding the continuous reliving of unpleasant experiences. Then, we must redirect our memory to focus on events and thoughts that strengthen and inspire us throughout life's journey. By eliminating negative thoughts, we create space for a lighter and more constructive mindset, allowing us to face life's challenges with greater serenity and confidence. One effective way to start is to identify negative thoughts as they arise and challenge them. When a negative thought appears, pause and ask yourself, "Is this really true? Is there another way to interpret this situation?" This simple act of questioning can help break the cycle of negativity. Additionally, it is essential to learn to silence our inner critic, that voice that reproaches us for our mistakes. Instead of getting depressed, we must learn to be our own defenders. This means remembering the times when we were smart, brave, and resilient. We all make mistakes, for no one is perfect. We are human, but we also have moments of greatness, overcoming, and achievement. By seeking self-knowledge, we begin to see ourselves more fully, accepting our flaws as part of our personal growth. It's as if we are molding a stronger and more confident version of ourselves. This journey is not easy. It's a winding path where we discover our true inner strength and the capacity to shape our own happiness. Stoicism teaches us that we can change our view of life and reshape our values, including the importance we give ourselves. Third challenge: practice emotional and material detachment. This challenge involves learning to live without something you consider essential. It could be something small, like your favorite candy, or something more significant, like the time you spend on social media. The idea is simple: explore the power of self-control, one of the greatest forms of freedom we can achieve. Think for a moment how it would be to give up something that brings you comfort or pleasure. It may seem like we're depriving ourselves of happiness, right? But in reality, we're training our inner strength to face discomfort and resist the temptations that arise along the way. This makes us capable of doing what many wouldn't dare to try. Expand your comfort zone and see how this can increase your resilience in the face of life's adversities. By doing this, you are strengthening your self-discipline and learning to say no to things that don't contribute to your personal growth. It's not just about giving up something temporarily, but changing your perspective and becoming a better version of yourself. Think of this challenge more broadly. It's not just about giving up material goods, but also dealing with harmful feelings, emotions, and habits. For example, consider the insecurity that often prevents us from moving forward and achieving our goals. It can act like a weight, stopping us from making progress. In the next 30 days, every time you face insecurity or a negative thought, stop and ask yourself, is this really true? Is there another way to see this situation? This simple act of questioning can help interrupt the cycle of negativity. Additionally, it is essential to learn to silence our inner critic, that voice that insists on reminding us of the mistakes we've made. Instead of feeling down, we need to learn to defend ourselves. This means remembering the times when we were smart, brave, and resilient. We all make mistakes. After all, no one is perfect. We are all human. But we also have our moments of greatness, overcoming, and achievement. By seeking self-knowledge, we begin to see ourselves more completely, accepting our flaws as part of our personal growth. It's as if we're molding a stronger and more confident version of ourselves. This journey is not easy. It's a winding road where we discover our true inner strength and the ability to shape our own happiness. Stoicism teaches us that we can change the way we see life and reshape our values, including the importance we give ourselves. By accepting this challenge of material and emotional detachment, you will be taking a significant step towards your personal freedom and inner growth. You will begin to realize that many of the things you considered indispensable were, in fact, barriers to your true potential. You will understand that training our self-control is also training our mastery over our emotions and feelings. So, what do you choose to leave behind? What will be your first step towards a freer and more conscious life? Share your choice and commit to following this challenge. Together, we can support each other on this journey of transformation. Fourth challenge: cultivate inner control. Mastery over our emotions is a central teaching of Stoicism. Daily, we face situations that challenge our emotional stability. It could be a difficult project at work that leaves us on the edge of stress, a family argument that almost turns into a conflict, or unexpected events that throw us off balance. It's easy to be dominated by emotions, reacting impulsively and losing control of the situation. But what if we could change this dynamic? What if we had the ability to regain control? I invite you to participate in a 30-day challenge to practice emotional balance. During this period, we will pay attention to our reactions to the situations we face. The first step is to develop self-awareness, starting by recognizing our impulses and judgments, and then learning to distance ourselves from them so that emotions don't control us. Think of a daily scenario. You're at work dealing with a complicated project, the deadline is approaching quickly, and the pressure is only increasing. Instead of allowing stress to dominate you, stop for a moment and observe the situation from a broader perspective. Acknowledge that the challenge is real and demands the best of you. However, the way you choose to react is completely under your control. Panicking, blaming others, or getting frustrated won't solve the problem. In fact, it can make it even more difficult to overcome. Keeping calm, reviewing your options, and moving forward with determination can help you face the challenge more effectively. This same principle applies to other areas of your life. If someone in your family or social circle tries to provoke you, it's important to perceive that dynamic. The person may be testing your patience or trying to destabilize you emotionally. but that will only be effective if you allow it. Remember that you have the power to choose how to respond to these challenging situations. Before reacting impulsively, practice the art of pausing and observing the situation carefully. Then, consciously choose your response. By developing this skill of maintaining emotional balance, you'll be better prepared to face life's challenges with calmness and serenity, promoting an inner peace that doesn't depend on external circumstances. A practical example: during a heated argument, instead of responding impulsively, pause, take a deep breath, and evaluate your options. Choose a response that maintains harmony and reflects the person you want to be. With the constant practice of this approach, you'll strengthen your inner control. In the next 30 days, commit to observing and managing your emotional reactions. When you master your inner self, nothing that happens externally can destabilize you. Fifth challenge: find an accountability partner. The path to personal growth can be arduous, and having someone by your side can make a huge difference. Having an accountability partner, a person who shares your goals and commitments, can greatly increase your motivation and chances of success. Our fifth challenge is to find that special person who will help you stay focused and motivated along the way. An accountability partner is someone who helps us stay committed to our goals. When we recognize the importance of self-awareness, having someone to back us up becomes a crucial factor. This partner can be a friend, a family member, or a colleague. It's important to choose someone who is equally committed to their own success. That person should share similar values to yours, have compatible availability, and show a genuine interest in your progress. The accountability relationship should be reciprocal, where both support and motivate each other in their respective journeys. Mutual accountability is a powerful tool. Knowing that we will have to report to someone who cares about our success motivates us to stay firm in our commitments, even when circumstances become difficult. This emotional and energetic connection with the accountability partner reinforces our determination and keeps us on the right path. In the next 30 days, challenge yourself to find and work with an accountability partner. Share this challenge with them and support each other, creating a solid foundation for the development of positive and lasting habits. This partnership will not only facilitate the achievement of your goals, but also strengthen the bonds of friendship and cooperation, making the path to success more enriching and rewarding. Sixth challenge: practice deep gratitude. Reflect on the incredible ability we have to think, feel, enjoy, and love. This is the starting point for a journey of gratitude inspired by the wise words of Marcus Aurelius. When you wake up in the morning, don't just focus on the routine that begins, but on the miracle of being alive. Breathe deeply and feel life pulsing in every part of you, recognizing how extraordinary it is to have the privilege of living. It's natural that in moments of dissatisfaction or difficulty, our mind tends to focus on the negative aspects of life. Many times we forget to appreciate what was once a dream and now is part of our reality. That's why the challenge of practicing deep gratitude becomes so essential. It's not just about saying thank you out of politeness, but truly immersing yourself in a genuine feeling of appreciation for everything that's already part of your life. Although the word gratitude is often used, we tend to see it superficially. In this challenge, we are invited to express a true and deep gratitude, seeking reasons to be thankful in all areas of our lives, from meaningful relationships that support us in difficult times to the small everyday joys that light our path. It's also an opportunity to recognize our own efforts and achievements, no matter how small they may seem. For example, the simple joy of a hot cup of coffee, a moment we often take for granted, can be a source of gratitude when we recognize the comfort and pleasure it brings us. In the same way, a meaningful conversation with a friend or the support of a coworker are reasons to be thankful. Start reflecting on your life and search for that feeling within you. In the next 30 days, I encourage you to incorporate the practice of gratitude into your daily routine. Start now by leaving a comment on this video about something you're grateful for, something that fills your heart with gratitude. This simple act has the power to redirect your attention towards the good things that already exist in your life. This practice will strengthen your connection with the present and help you adopt a stoic mindset, finding inner contentment regardless of external circumstances. Seventh challenge: take action. Doing what needs to be done is crucial, but how do we transform that intention into concrete actions? The answer is to act. Think of your life as a vast puzzle where each piece must be placed with wisdom and determination. Start by analyzing the events of your life more rationally, focusing on what is within your control. For example, you may not have control over where you live, but that doesn't mean you're powerless. You can transform your space, ensuring that your home is a refuge of comfort and order, regardless of external influences. And when it comes to small daily decisions, even if you don't have the ideal clothing or footwear, you can always adopt an attitude of confidence, respect, and education. That depends entirely on you and the circumstances you face. Life's challenges, like the illness of a loved one, can be difficult. Although we can't change the situation, we can offer our support and love. Maybe you're an entrepreneur who started a business with limited resources, but you have the power to offer quality services and exceptional attention. In terms of diet, even with simple ingredients, the decision to cook with dedication and creativity is always in your hands. In the professional environment, although we cannot control all variables, our attitude and dedication are completely ours, regardless of the scenario or context. There is always an opportunity to act consciously and decisively, focusing on what we can directly influence. When we do this, adversity doesn't paralyze us. On the path of life, we often find ourselves needing to make firm and secure decisions. It's not an easy task as it requires courage and commitment. How do we face something that scares us, like speaking in public for the first time or changing careers? These moments challenge us to step out of our comfort zone and demand immediate action. By accepting these challenges, we strengthen our ability to deal with the problems that arise, refusing to let fear or indecision dominate us. It's like building an internal fortress that helps us uphold our values and act with integrity, even in the storms of life, like financial or personal difficulties. When life's winds become tempestuous, that fortress preserves our integrity, allowing our decisions to be firm and aligned with our deepest principles. In the journey of life, we find those who build and those who destroy. Some people raise their values as pillars of their existence, while others, for various reasons, end up weakening their own foundations. The choice between building or destroying is always in our hands. We can choose to strengthen our internal fortress, reinforcing our values or allowing them to crumble. That decision defines the course of our lives.